Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember guys, this is for adults. Guys, don't forget to check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest to find all the photos that you want of these videos. What's up you guys, it's ZacJacDan back with another top 10 list. This time we're talking about the top 10 best of 2021 Marvel Legend waves. So which wave was your favorite? And which wave was your least favorite? Here's your choices for your waves. You got your Stiltman, Zeminu, Wings, you got your Vintage Fantastic Four, your Tri-Sentinel, Armadillo, you got your AOA Colossus wave, your Ursa Major wave, you have your Infinity Saga wave, Mr. Hyde Shang-Chi wave, your Eternals Gilgamesh wave, and your Watcher What If wave. So which is your favorite? So there they all are in package. So I want you to be reminded that this is my list of my top 10 and what I enjoyed the most for the year. Again, I'm not an MCU collector, so you'll probably see that in my list and be able to tell which ones I like the best and which ones I don't due to that. Or you may not, we'll see. So let's go with my list here of the top 10 best waves of 2021. So for honorable mention, just because there's only so many waves, I got to give it to the Gilgamesh Build-A-Figure wave for the Eternals. This thing's set in stores waiting to be released because the movie kept on getting pushed back. And I have to say, the likeness of the actors is very good. The face printing technology is great. The costumes look just like the movie. So for that, I got to give it to that. But I am not an MCU collector, so therefore this is the bottom of my list. Build-A-Figure being small like he is, I don't like small Build-A-Figures. To me, that could have been released as a single figure as well and put a big Build-A-Figure in there. But there's the wave. You did not need Icarus to build Gilgamesh. The other honorable mention is going to be another MCU wave pretty much with the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. The wave itself was not too bad, but again, a little weak with the comic characters and the Gamerverse character there. Not my favorite. And then the characters themselves in the movie, it's fine. I'm not an MCU collector though. The sculpts on them are amazing, so you'll probably say that this should have been further down the list just because the sculpts on these figures were so good, so detailed. And I loved the Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure, so in and of itself that was great, but I pretty much had to sell everybody in this wave just so I can get my Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure. Again, because I'm not an MCU collector. So I hate when they mix and match waves like this to make you get something that you don't want just so you can get your Build-A-Figure. That is why it's further down on my list, but it is above the Eternals because the sculpts are a little bit more detailed on these. There's your Mr. Hyde with those beautiful eyes there. Only 6 figures in this wave. Look at my eyes and the cane. So here we go with the 10th best / worst wave of the year with the Spider-Man No Way Home Armadillo Build-A-Figure wave. I have to say I do love the Armadillo Build-A-Figure. You know, he is like a D-class villain there. So I'm glad we're kind of spreading out. Only 2 comic characters and 1 Gamerverse character. The rest were MCU. A little weak. We didn't really need another Doctor Strange, especially since we're getting a Doctor Strange wave later on. Just me. The J. Jonah Jameson, we needed that version, but again, it's kind of a weak figure. The Spider-Man figures we did get for Tom Holland were a little weak for me because if you watch the No Way Home, you know they're missing some accessories that they needed to make them perfect figures. And I do like Moreland, but again, it's not that great a figure, and Shriek is definitely a low-grade figure. Best figure in the wave, in my opinion, the Miles Morales. And so there's what you got to build this Armadillo Build-A-Figure for this No Way Home wave. So the 9th best wave of the year, again, all MCU. This is all Disney Plus, so good. We didn't mix and match. That makes this further on the list for me. But I did love all of these Disney Plus shows, and they did a great representation of the figures and the face sculpting on all of these, or face printing technology. But the Build-A-Figure wings, that's a little weak. I don't know what else they could have done. There's nothing like massive that they could have done, I guess, from the shows. But I think they could have maybe come up with something else besides wings. Just my opinion. Again, this is my top 10, so I can do what I want. There's all the figures you had with your Loki, Captain America, Falcon, your Bucky, Winter Soldier, Baron Zemo, and U.S. Agent. Then you got your Scarlet Witch and the Vision from WandaVision. So that's pretty strong. At number 8, an all-comic wave. I love it. You got your Ursa Major Iron Man wave here. Great Build-A-Figure. Great figures in this wave. Get your Ironheart, Riri Williams. You get your classic Ultron, much wanted, Vault Guardsman, Army Builder, Stealth Iron Man with a Tony Stark head, Modular Iron Man, no Build-A-Figure piece, and your Hologram Iron Man, plus your Dark Star to round out your Winter Guard. At number 7 wave, Bring on the Bad Guys Zeminu wave. Really cool wave. I love having all bad guys. We know villains are where it's at, right? But you get your Zeminu. It's always good to get a Hulk villain. Your AIM Scientist Supreme. Had no idea that was going to come, but it's actually a really cool figure. Your Arcade, much wanted. 2 different head sculpts on him. Your Red Skull. Your Lady Deathstrike, one of the strongest of the year. Your Doctor Doom in the white. Could have done without that one. Your Hood. And your Dormammu. I like that Dormammu figure. And the 6th best wave of the year, the first X-Men wave of the year, the Tri-Sentinel for the House of X Powers of 10. Why is this wave at this place on my list? Well, because the Build-A-Figure himself didn't have that great of articulation in the necks of all those different heads. But what brought it higher on the list is the fact that most every figure had multiple options for their heads or their bodies or whatever. You know, you got the bearded Wolverine versus the clean shaven. You got your Moira, where you can switch out her lab coat and her face sculpt there to have 2 completely separate Moiras. Perfect for that storyline. Your Professor X with the eyes closed and the helmeted version. Your Mega Sentinel with the hair and the bald version. And then your Cyclops with the blast effect and the no blast effect. So that is awesome. So there's all your figures. Wolverine's the only one you did not need a Build-A-Figure for. Build-A-Figure piece to build this Build-A-Figure. And this Build-A-Figure is pretty cool. A little skinny, but I mean it matches up with the comics. I probably would have chose something else for this House of X Powers of 10 besides this Tri-Sentinel, but it works. At number 5, the first wave of the year, which actually kind of released a little early, but it was supposed to still be a 2021 wave, was the Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse wave with your Stiltman Build-A-Figure. Now, why was this wave so strong? Because those Into the Spider-Verse figures were amazing. Because they gave us an army builder to actually build army builder legs for the Stiltman Build-A-Figure. Frogman was spectacular. I don't know. All I can say is this wave was really cool. So you got 6 figures, and again, the Hand Ninja was giving you the army builder capabilities to just make Stiltman taller and taller and taller. At number 4, another Disney Plus wave for the What If. Really strong wave. What If show was really cool. You had your Watcher Build-A-Figure here. I loved all these figures except for the Sylvie and the Nebula. Those are kind of weak. But the T'Challa Star-Lord, the Zombie Cap especially with no Build-A-Figure piece, but he was awesome. Captain Carter was amazing. Zombie Hunter Spidey, really cool. Only thing I would have said about that is maybe giving us a Ant-Man head with that, Scott Lang. Your Doctor Strange Supreme, really cool. Again, you got your Heist Nebula with the long blonde hair. Could have done without that one. And the Sylvie was cool. She was really awesome in the Loki series, but it just didn't fit in with this wave, in my opinion. And there's your Watcher. So again, there's the pieces it takes to build him. My third favorite wave of the year was the Vintage Fantastic Four wave, with all 4 of your Fantastic Four members. I love the costumes for them. And then I love their villains as well. You got your Psycho Man with his fear, doubt, hate. Really cool figure. I would have expected him to be bigger, but I guess he's not, because he's not that big of a person or alien. You got your High Evolutionary figure here. See the front and back of the card for these Fantastic Four vintage figures. There he is. Got some nice sculpt on him. Your Thing figure with two different head sculpts and two separate sets of hands with the blue and white costumes this time. Your Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, giving you the ability to swap out his arms with the long fingers and the lab coat there, so that's pretty awesome. You got your Flame On Human Torch here with that classic look with the stripes on him. I love this figure. So much better than the Walgreens in my opinion. Your Invisible Woman, probably the weaker of the wave. That face sculpt just wasn't there for me, but she does have that invisible shield as well. And wave number 2, my second favorite wave of the year, is the second X-Men wave, which was the wave 2 of the Age of Apocalypse. You got the Colossus Build-A-Figure. This thing is amazing. I always wanted the Magneto. I wanted another Sabretooth. I always wanted a Rogue, a Cyclops. Out of nowhere we got Legion here, and that was amazing. And this Iceman sculpt is beautiful. The worst of the wave is the Shadowcat, just because that head sculpt, but I still wanted the Shadowcat. What an awesome wave. Such nostalgia, such a great comic book series for the Age of Apocalypse. And to finish up the additions to our wave 1 that we had. And my number 1 wave of the year is the Infinity Saga wave. All MCU, all flashbacks of figures they should have done a long time ago. With our Thor here from Endgame with 2 hammers, the big old belly, and his braided beard there. Awesome looking figure. Got the lightning effects as well. Our Quicksilver finally. The man dies and doesn't even get a figure back in the day, so we finally get a representation for our Quicksilver figure from the Age of Ultron movie with some Ultron pieces. We have our Odin figure from Thor. 2 different head sculpts, great likeness. Anthony Hopkins. We have our 2-pack here with the Snap, Iron Man, and Thanos, multiple heads for each from Endgame. You see 3 different head sculpts there for Iron Man, and both of them snapping with their beat up faces or their disappearing face there. Fisted Gauntlet, sword. Another 2-pack here for Captain Marvel with the short hair and the colored outfit and the rescue armor here. She also has an Infinity Gauntlet with the open hand. And you got your Pepper Potts there. Love that unmasked head sculpt with the ponytail. Looks really great, like Gwyneth Paltrow. And then the new backpack effect there that we did not have in the original release of this rescue figure. Got the Iron Man Mark III with the little missiles out of his arms there. You got your Happy Hogan and Iron Man Mark 21 Midas armor from Iron Man 3. Happy with his little cell phone and suited body. There's that nice gold Midas look. Got your deluxe Surtur figure, 19 inches. Big old sword, multiple hands. Close up with that face. Beautiful figure. There it is compared to a 6-inch figure. Another massive figure with the Ironmonger 2-pack here with Obadiah Stane and his arc reactor and briefcase. Great likeness to the actor there. And check out how big that Ironmonger figure is. And you got your Captain America from Infinity Saga. Both shields there from Wakanda, the bearded face sculpt. Chris Evans, angry and stoic. So that is my number 1 wave of the year, the Infinity Saga wave. Just my opinion. Let me guys know what you think. There's all your waves. There's all your choices. You guys decide what your top 10 list is, put it in the comments. There's all of them in package. And here is my top 10 list plus honorable mentions. Best of top 10 wave for 2021 Marvel Legends. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me any kind of comments. Hit that notification bell so you're aware of any new videos that I have. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys later. Guys, don't forget to check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. You can find all the photos that you want of these videos.